We ask you to designate as historic the Miami Herald building, a building whose very creation was an historic event taking 10 years of research, planning, design, and state-of-the-art construction, a building that for half a century has been Miami's flagship landmark.
The Miami Herald building, it has the potential of up to 6 areas of significance, which is incredible. Usually the cases we get are 1, maybe 2, rarely 3. And those 6 areas are under architecture, under commerce, you've heard about the story about commerce today, and education, we've all been educated by the Miami Herald. Under industry, the building with its industrial plant right there as part of the building. Under politics and government, need say any more about that one? And then on social history too, the history of the growing up of Miami with the Miami Herald.
The property owner does not wish to have his property designated historic. We feel that it is a violation of property rights.
We believe that this building does not warrant historic designation. We believe that all too often preservation is used as a zoning tool to prevent development, rather than basing designation on the actual historical and architectural significance of the building.
We're going to have public hearing now.
I've never heard anyone ever say, what a beautiful building, and I absolutely would not consider going there.
I do not agree that the Herald building should be designated as a historic structure. It was originally designed as a newspaper manufacturing plant.
And I would strongly recommend that you do not declare it historical.
I always thought the architecture was really quite awful, to be honest with you.
Crossing the bay, driving by it, it doesn't ever stand out like this is remarkable. It's not the Miami News Tower.
People argued that, oh, it was on the bay. The real reason for the bay was that it was needed to bring in the paper reels. It was nothing significant. That's why they put it there, because of the heavy paper reels that they needed to bring in.
Whether we acknowledge it or not, that is the Miami Herald building, and you can't separate the two. I mean, the Herald business can move, but that is still the Miami Herald building.
It was always called a plant. It wasn't called an office building. It wasn't anything glamorous. It was a plant. It's industrial.
This is obviously a very contentious situation.
A resolution to accept approval for the designation of an individual historic resource at 1 Herald Plaza.
Thank you. Is there a second? There's a motion and a second. Is there discussion on the motion? We have a roll call, please.
Mr. Cooperman?
Yes.
Mr. Diaz? Yes. Mr. Barber?
No.
Mr. Friedman?
No.
Mr. Grabowski?
No.
Mr. Hecht?
No.
Mr. Marston?
Yes.
And Mr. Ryan?
No.
Motion fails 3-5, constituting a denial to approve the designation. This decision is final unless appealed in hearing boards within 15 days.
Yep, right on, Dave.
Now I gotta go play the lotto. Must be my day.
This decision is final unless appealed in hearing boards within 15 days.